All right, welcome to our first lesson and independent practice. We are going to be solving equations, and we're going to start with just an introduction to this so that by the end of next week we've built your skills up and you feel very confident with solving more complex and more rigorous equations. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with our objective. Students will be able to solve one-step equations in writing using inverse operations. Okay, so important vocabulary that you need to know. Inverse operation, we'll talk about that in a minute. An equation that just has an equal sign, so it's an expression with an equal sign. Solve means to find the value of the variable in the equation. And fact family, and we're going to talk about fact family here in a minute as well. Okay, inverse operations and fact families. Okay, you can think of inverse operations as the opposite operation. Okay, so it's very important that we know that inverse operation means to find the opposite of that. Okay, they are used to create fact families. So I have an example here. 4 times 3 is equal to 12, and 12 divided by 3 equals 4. So you can see here we've used inverse operations. We have multiplication. 4 times 3 is 12, but we can also reverse the order and use the opposite operation. So the opposite of multiplying is dividing. And you can see 4 times 3 is 12. So if we go the opposite order and use the opposite operation, we can get the correct answer. 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Okay, this is also what's called a fact family. 12, 3, and 4 are all connected in a very specific way. 4 times 3 is 12, 12 divided by 3 is 4, 3 times 4 is 12, and 12 divided by 4 is 3. Right? So we can use those to help us when we solve equations. Okay, I'm going to do this first problem, and on every slide you're going to see some really important questions to consider. What operation is being used? That means, are we adding, subtracting, multiplying, or are we dividing? Okay, and once we figure that out, we're going to figure out what is the inverse operation or the opposite of that operation. We're going to use that to help us. Okay, so question number 1, x plus 4 equals 51. So some number, when I add it to 4, is 51. So my first question is, what operation are we using? Okay, the first operation we are using looks like we are using adding. So the second question is, what is the inverse operation? What is the opposite? Well, I know the opposite of adding is subtracting. So we are going to go in a reverse order here and create our fact family. I know that I can use the opposite to find this. So I'm going to say 51 minus 4 to get my answer. You can see I used the opposite to find my answer. Well, 51 minus 4 is 47. So x is equal to 47. And I can check my work. If I put 47 where x is, right, 47 plus 4 equals 51. That tells me I got it correct. Okay, I want you to try this next one. Okay, let's look at this next one, all right? So I have this problem, 4x equals 48. Now mathematicians are sometimes pretty lazy. They say 4x, it means 4 times x. So what operation is being used? The operation that is being used here is multiplication. Yeah, that's kind of tricky because there's no symbol there. Okay, 4x means 4 times x. All right, so what is the opposite operation of multiplication? It is division. So I'm going to use division to help me figure out what this number is here, right? And this is a fact family question. So I'm going to go 48 and I want to know 4 times what equals 48, so I can use the opposite to help me figure that out. Okay, and I can use a calculator on this if I want. So if I get stuck here, I can go to Google, just Google calculator. Okay, it comes up. Check my, what is my question? 48 divided by 4. Okay, 48 divided by 4. 48 divided by 4. 12, perfect. So x equals 12. Okay, and I can always check my work. If I do 4 times 12, I should get 48, but we can always check that on our calculator. 4 times 12 should give me 48, and you can see that it does. Okay, so I got the right answer there. All right, go ahead and try this next one. All right, I'm going to do this one, and as you can see, these questions are getting, they look a lot harder because now we got all these crazy decimals in here, but we need to remember that the process that we use is no different. So we're going to do the same exact thing here. All right, what is the operation that is being used? Well, it's subtraction. We are using subtraction here, okay? So we are going to use the inverse operation. The opposite of subtraction is addition. All right, so what number minus 3.46 is equal to 14.29? Well, I'm going to use the opposite. I'm going to add those two together to figure out what number this is. I'm going to use the opposite. So I'm going to do 14.29 plus 3.46. Okay, let's go back to our calculator. 14.29, 14.29 plus 3.46, 3.46, and we get 17.75, okay? X equals 17.75. So all of these numbers, these three numbers, 14.29, 3.46, and 17.75, create a fact family, okay? So if I put this 17.75 here, and I take away 3.46, I should get 14.29, okay? So we can check that real quick. 17.75 minus 3.46, I should get 14.29. 14.29, 14.29. Okay? All right, go ahead and try this next one on your own. All right, last one before we move on to our second mini lesson, and you try one more, okay? So remember, 6.4x means 6.4. I'm going to put the little dot in there to remind myself that the operation being used here is multiplication. Okay, so we're going to use the opposite, which is division. Okay, all right, so 6.4 times something is equal to 20.48. Okay, so remember, just like in this example, right? We can use these numbers to help us figure out what that number is. All right, so we're going to use the opposite. We are going to use division. So 20.4, 20.48 divided by 6.4 will tell us what number it is that when we multiply by 6.4, we get back to 20.48. So let's go to our calculator. 20.48, 20.48 divided by 6.4 equals 3.2. X equals 3.2. Okay, so we can go back and check. 6.4 times 3.2 should give us 20.48. Let's just check real quick. 6.4 times 3.2, was it 3.2? Yeah, 6.4 times 3 should give us 20.48. There we go. Okay. All right, the last one is for you to do, and then move on to lesson number 2.